United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. So we don't have video conferencing. So the Stillwater Board of Education would like to congratulate and recognize the varsity girls soccer team for their tremendous season. Their NISPA Class C Section 2 state championship title. Congratulations, ladies. This is a remarkable achievement, and your dedication, perseverance, and teamwork is an inspiration to all of us. I'm going to pass this over to Coach I. Thank you. And the Soccer Booster Club is also here to present some gifts for everybody. Well, not everyone, but the team.
Come over here.
Okay, girls, I'll call you up first to receive your gift from the board, and then from our Booster Club, if you could just stay standing up there, and then obviously. First up is Allie Riamera. Bridget Kuhn. Cameron's gonna help. Peyton Ferretta, not here tonight. Kennedy, you gonna help? Brooke Kuhn. Finley Board. Macy Debo. Addison Callahan. Sandy Hazen. Callum Maisley. Madeline Callahan. Emily Adler. Hi, Brooke Hodgson. And Lucy Removed. I'd also like to call up my assistant coach, Kathleen Shacko. Our two ball boys could not be here tonight, but I do want to mention their names as well, Matthew Callahan and George Hughes. Okay, on behalf of the coaches, players, and families, thank you so much for taking the time tonight to recognize and celebrate our team in their state championship. Our championship is the result of months of hard work, believing in each other, resilience, and heart. What a privilege it is to have had the opportunity to coach such an amazing group of girls to state championships. Not only did these girls impact me in a positive way, they positively impacted everyone who has supported us along the way. Whether they realize it or not, while creating unforgettable memories for themselves and our team, They also created memories for the little girls coming up through our program who look up to them, and for everyone who was there with us, including the entire Stillwater school and community. While finishing the season with a record of 22-1 is something to be incredibly proud of, it is the heart, hard work, belief, and resilience they showed throughout the season that define them and make them the true champions that they are. As I mentioned during my banquet speech, these girls overcame more adversity in one weekend than most teams endure in an entire season. They worked together, played together, and were there for each other, even during the toughest of times. I will forever be grateful for the experiences we had and the memories we made. Thank you so much for your continued support of our soccer program. We are so grateful for this recognition. I'm so proud of this team and honored to share this championship with our team. Thank you.
Are you ready? All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
You want to take one more? I think they want to take one more so I can show the back of theirs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that, they said to turn around and put your hoods up so you can see the back.
Well done, ladies. Good job.
Well done, ladies. So we're going to continue with the remainder of the meeting, but if any athletes or their families wanted to stay, you're more than welcome. But if you also wanted to head out, my feelings won't be hurt.
Thank you.
They keep the seat warm for you?
Yeah.
Next, we're going to be hearing from the STA for an update.
Good evening. That's a hard act to follow. So. I want to thank you again for having me speak representing the STA. We always appreciate you listening to hear the good things that we're doing. I'd like to take a little bit of a different approach tonight and talk to you not so much about what's happening inside our classrooms, but what's happening outside the classrooms and the impact that we're making with students in a different way. We've been talking to you a lot about, come and see what we're doing in the classroom, but I just want to talk a little bit about me as a student here. I graduated from here a long time ago, 1983, and I went into teaching because of the teachers that impacted me. One of the teachers that I had brought me to college visits that my parents didn't bring me to. My love of history and teaching fourth grade is because of my fourth grade teacher. My love of reading is because of my fifth grade teacher. So the impact that we have on students is outside of the academics that we do every day. We have on our teaching staff and TAs, about 30% of our teaching staff actually lives in the community. So this community is really important to people. 19 of our staff, our teachers and TAs, graduated from Stillwater. So that's, I think, in a small district, that's pretty impactful. And that shows how much the district means to us. We, again, certainly understand the importance of academics, but I'd like to just share some different data with you. Outside of our academic piece, we worry about the students when they go home. It doesn't just end when they leave us. We continue to make donations to the students in the community. We buy boots, we buy clothing, we buy snacks, personal hygiene items. We support families in need at Christmas time. We donate to Attic Angels and other, the food pantry. We also really work to connect with our students and their families. Recently, the student athletes have been honoring teachers at some of their athletic events, which I think is an amazing thing to say that a teacher has impacted them in a way outside potentially than they're in their grades. We write letters for students for scholarships. We get letters from parents with photos and emails, and this is what my child's doing, and you'd be proud of my child. I just actually received one over the weekend myself. Students seek us out as their safe people. We have some teachers, one just did this weekend, came into school on our day off to work with students to get them prepared for a college exam that they had coming, a college level exam. When we have students with anxiety, academic issues that they're having, we have teachers that step in and support them in various ways, talking to families outside of our day usually. We attend a lot of events in the evenings, PTA sponsored events. I can tell you just some from the elementary building. We have Fraction Adventure Night coming in February. Last year we had Lunar Eclipse Night. Book fairs, where we get the opportunity to spend some time with the families and they can see us outside the classroom. The middle school student council hosted the Halloween read aloud. I think that's happened more than one year, and it's well attended by our elementary students who look up to the middle school students. We're invested in the students' lives outside of the classroom. The times that I've had conversations about things that were built by Legos, with Legos over the weekend, and what books students are reading, what park they visited, what movie they watched, what belt they earned, the plays and concerts that we've attended. I can tell you personally, I've attended soccer games and battle football games, and many of us have been to the Impact Center in Clifton Park and Aframs, Guptals, skate nights, and various events that are held right here in the auditorium. Also, the extra time that we spend on the things that we do outside of our normal day, things that we do to just prepare academically for the students. In our lesson plans, grading papers, inputting data, interpreting data, meeting with teams about data, and more planning, meeting about students to make sure that they have the best that they need as all-around students, not just their academics, but also their well-being, their mental health, and the various needs that we need to help support families in some ways. So I just wanted to give you a look at us a little bit differently outside the classroom. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to that. And again, as always, anytime I speak, I'm inviting you to come into my classroom anytime to see what we're doing. And I know that most of us would be happy to have you walk in and out. I know Mr. Mariano's been in and out a few times, just popping in for a few minutes. We would love to have you come and visit us. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Sharon.
Thank you. We're going to start the public input part of the agenda. Thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. We're about to start the public comment part of our meeting, but first a quick reminder. As a board, we believe it's essential to hear your thoughts and concerns. To make sure we have time to discuss your feedback and get input from the administration, we will not be able to respond to your comments tonight. We'll follow up with an answer at our next board meeting or via email with the appropriate staff member. Please keep in mind that it is the board's policy that we don't discuss student or personnel issues during this time. We take those concerns very seriously, and we ask that you follow the proper administrative channels to resolve them. Finally, please be respectful of everyone. Let's make sure everyone has a chance to speak without interruption. When you speak, please state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. The floor is open for anyone who would like to speak on agenda items. Okay. Does not look like we have any. Okay, so we'll move on to consent agenda. I need a motion to approve the consent agenda items inclusive of the board minutes of the 1/7/2026 board meeting, Board of Education meeting, and CSE recommendations.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Any questions or comments? So, okay. Next, we have the superintendent section.
All right, I'll be brief. In my couple of years here in Stillwater, one of the things that really stands out, there's plenty, but is the way we celebrate our veterans. And, the flyovers, 2 years ago, the get-togethers down at elementary school, we really, really value our veterans. And, being in education for 25 years, I was aware of NYSED has a program. It's called Operation Recognition. Back in the day, you didn't have to graduate from high school in order to join the armed services. Many young men and women joined the service, dropping out of high school and went to war and fought for our country. The state education department allows us to grant high school diplomas to veterans of war. Most of them obviously wouldn't have gotten a diploma, or if they had what the version of the GED was back then. So just for the first time in my career this week, a gentleman, Thomas Mullen, from a veterans advocate from the Reverend Francis A. Kelly Society of St. Joseph's Church in Troy, I jokingly said, I think they found me up here. But reached out on behalf of one of his veterans to see if we can honor him with a Stillwater. He was a gentleman who lived in Stillwater. We had to find some records. Didn't have to find records, we found out later. But to award a diploma. And lo and behold, I think from the same gentleman, we got another applicant today. Eligibility for this, for us to be able to give them the diploma is that they're a New York State resident, anyone who had active duty service for at least 1 day, and an honorable discharge conditions of when they left the armed services. And so, board, I'm asking in the near future that you consider giving these gentlemen a Stillwater diploma at some point when we get everything together that we have to. Mr. Wager's been working hard with this, with the school counseling department, and we'll get those to you maybe by next board meeting. Then we'll figure out a way we're going to celebrate them. Probably not at Stillwater graduation in June, but possibly at something else, like maybe awards night we talked about, or even something smaller, a briefer at a meeting. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next is our business administrator updates.
Thank you. I only have two very quick updates. This week, Day Automation started the $100,000 capital outlay project for camera and surveillance equipment at the middle school, high school. We're hopeful that they'll finish this week and the new equipment will be operational once it's commissioned and labeled properly within the IT system. And then the only other item is the governor's budget runs came out, and it's not great news for Stillwater. We just had a finance committee meeting about it. But, you know, Stillwater is looking at basically a $65,000 increase in state aid next year out of a $30 million budget. So Joe and I, you know, the superintendent and I will be working hard to minimize any potential impacts to the district and evaluating the budget as a whole to see how this all, you know, shakes out. We're hopeful that the legislature proposes a nice increase for the district.
May I add to that? So probably a letter writing campaign, an advocacy campaign will come out, as I did in the past, send out a letter with the email addresses of legislatures that are ours. Strongly hope that you joined us in that advocacy effort.
So student board member report outs.
Not much to report out. Kind of been strange weeks with midterm / final week this week, but yeah, pretty much function as normal.
Thank you. So on to personnel. I need a motion to approve the reassignment of Brady Patnod from a cleaner to a bus monitor effective January 22nd, 2026, per the terms and conditions of the CSEA contract. Brady has full fingerprint clearance.
So moved.
Any opposed? Questions or comments? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the resignation of Alexis Pitcherell as cook effective January 22nd, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? I'll remember one of these days. Any questions or comments? Motion carried. I need a motion to approve the resignation of Michelle Idens as a 3-hour food service helper on January 21st, 2026 to accept another position within the district contingent upon board approval. Any opposed? Questions or comments? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the appointment of Michelle Idens as a 5-hour food service helper effective January 22nd, 2026 at a prorated salary of $14,885.44. Michelle has full fingerprint clearance.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Questions or comments? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the resignation of Aaron Crossett as a lunch recess monitor effective January 21st, 2026.
So moved.
Any opposed? Question or comments? Motion carries. I need a motion to appoint Aaron Crossett as a 3-hour food service helper effective January 26, 2026, at a prorated salary of $8,931.26. Aaron has full fingerprint clearance.
So moved. Second.
Any opposed? Question or comments? Motion carries. I need a motion to appoint the following spring coaches for the 2026 sports season. All coaching staff has certifications up to date. Any opposed? Questions or comments? Motion carries. I need a motion to appoint Carol Shabora as a full-time bus driver effective February 2nd, 2026 at a salary of $21,507.50 prorated as per the CSEA agreement. Ms. Shabora has full fingerprint clearance.
So moved.
Any opposed? Any questions or comments?
Glad to see another bus driver added to the roster.
Yes, absolutely. Motion carries. Okay. I need a motion to appoint Sarah Minetto as Deputy Claims Auditor at a rate of $21.92 per hour, effective as needed after January 21st, 2026.
So moved.
Any opposed? Questions or comments? Motion carries. Okay. Did I skip that? Okay. I need a motion to approve one modification to the board-approved school calendar for 2025-2026 due to a slight change in March for Professional Development Day to be changed from March 16th to March 20th. Any
From
opposed?
March 20th to March 16th. It
Oh.
was the 20th, we changed it.
From March 20th to March 16th. Did I read that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Any opposed? Questions or comments? Motion carries. Okay, we don't have any committee report outs. Okay, board items of interest. Anyone have anything before I speak? Okay.
Sorry, I'll be sending out an email just to schedule this policy committee meeting. I've been a little absent, so now it's new year, we'll get back on. There's a bunch that need to get back on to do, so.
All righty, anyone else? Okay. So as many of you know, Mr. Kinney spoke to us last meeting about the general status of our athletic department. We also heard from Coach Godfrey about the current status of our potential merger options for the football program. We're currently merged with Spa Catholic, and there's been conversation to add Mechanicville to this merger for next year. With that said, at this time, would any board members like to put forth a motion to add Mechanicville to our existing merger? So hearing no one moving to make that motion, at this time, there's no business to act on by the board as it pertains to adding Mechanicville to the existing merger. That's it, right? Closing items?
And you put it on agenda items.
Oh, you got your.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Daryl.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. Public input on non-agenda items.
The last meeting, we were talking about this. If another school district comes into our school, or they're allowed to come into our school, can they speak at open session?
As of right now, yes.
Okay,
The policy committee is going to be meeting on some of that stuff.
okay.
You used 15 seconds here, 3 minutes. Pete.
I know that's enough.
So if anything else comes up, you want to.
No, that's good.
Okay, girls, if you just want to say your names and address, or names and.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Deanna Moyles and my address is 24 Midnight Road.
My name is Lillian and Million Trust, and my address is 1 Page Line Court. We are from Stillwater Central School District in Marion Center.
While we think our school offers a great sports program, we think it's missing a big factor, and that being a girls lacrosse team. There is a modified JV and varsity boys team for boys lacrosse, but not one team for girls.
Girls lacrosse is one of the fastest growing sports in America. It has grown over 40% from 2012 to 2022, and it's still growing. We both played for Revolution Girls Lacrosse in the spring, and we both enjoyed it very much. We have now aged out and can no longer play because we are at the age where the girls start to play or try out for their school. However, we don't know if they're going to be given that option. We have been coming up with various ways to spread interest in that sport and having brainstorming ways to fundraise.
Lacrosse has taught me so much of teamwork, respect, and discipline. While I understand that Stillwater has previously discussed starting a girls lacrosse team with Canfield, like how the boys team currently works, many of us were excited about having that opportunity, but the team never moved forward and we were never both allowed. With that being said, I'm here to respectfully ask the board to reconsider this opportunity. Boys in our district have already had access to lacrosse through a combined team, and we believe that the girls deserve the same chance to participate and represent our school through lacrosse. This is not about special treatment. This is about opportunity and fairness and being heard as students who want to be involved and proudly represent this school.
Please consider all the value of Stillwater Mechanical Girls Lacrosse program we bring to our athletes as well as the overall athletic program at our school. There is a strong interest across both districts, and moving forward, this will only increase awareness and participation. Youth sports deliver countless positive benefits to athletes and the community as a whole. Diversifying and building our athletic program will only make Stillwater a better place and experience for athletics.
I hope that the district is willing to review interest again and take steps towards giving girls the same opportunity to play lacrosse. Thank you for your time and for listening. We look forward to
Thank you. Anyone else want to speak on non-agenda items? Okay. Then I need a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss STA contract negotiations.
Second.
Any opposed? Questions or comments? Motion carries. Thank you for attending tonight, everyone.
Any thoughts before you leave? Okay, 2 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Just here tomorrow night for the game.
All right.